welcome back to the Library of Parthos. My name is Sarah, and today is an Illumicrate unboxing day. Super excited. We are getting to the end of summer, which means we're getting into dark academia, spooky season, my time of year. So I'm super excited that as the summer ends, the Illumicrate boxes get darker and darker. So we're gonna dive into this one in just a second. I do want to just shamelessly plug my podcast because as I'm filming this, I am also celebrating launch day of season 4 of the Foreign and Familiar podcast. I don't talk about it a lot here, but I do just want to give a shout out to my podcasting partner, Sam, for our new season. So if you're not familiar with our podcast, the concept is that we choose books, movies, TV shows, anime experiences that one person has that the other has not. And so one person is foreign to that media, the other person is familiar. And then we watch, read, listen, and have a discussion about it. So our first episode is talking about the 1987 sports comedy Over the Top starring Sylvester Stallone and Robert Loggia. It was so funny to watch. It was so much fun to get back into recording. So I will link everything in the description box. Highly recommend that you check it out. It's definitely worth that movie in particular is worth a watch, but definitely check out our podcast. Okay, shameless plug is over. Let's dive into this month's Illumicrate box. And I realized as I was grabbing the spoiler card that I said this is this month's box, but typically the boxes are a month behind. So it's July, but this is the June 2025 box, and it is darkly decadent. I've got everything here ready to go, so let's dive into all of the bookish goodies in this box. First off, we have this Nested Soul mug because every girl needs another mug. No, I don't, I have so many, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and open it up and look at the design on the inside. Okay, this mug is inspired by The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. We've got some beautiful artwork on here. I do really love the artwork on all of these mugs. These are like the perfect size for a nice cup of tea while I'm reading. Usually, I'm really weird about my beverages. I need coffee in the morning. Not really because I need the caffeine, I just enjoy the taste, but I also really like a hot cup of tea in the morning. And if I'm going to work, I usually take like a giant 32-ounce thing of tea. But if I'm home, I usually want something smaller. I don't feel like I need that constant like cozy beverage to get me through the day. So these are my go-to like hot chocolate, hot cup of tea while I'm reading kind of mugs. And in the wintertime especially, I make a lot of use of these. So this will be added to my growing collection, and it will definitely be something that gets a lot of use in the coming months for sure. Next up, we have this picnic blanket. This is the Darkness Within picnic blanket. I took it out of the wrapper just so there wasn't like the crinkling of the plastic, but this is inspired by House of Hollow. I do have another picnic blanket like this that I think was also from Owlcrate or Illumicrate, and these are really nice because obviously they fold up, so you can just carry it like this if you're having a picnic, and it is a nice thick fabric. So very easy to wipe off. It's not something that you might need to wash after every use. The back is just a plain black. I don't want to open it up because it's gonna be difficult to close back up and things are falling, but I really like these. Last year we ended up going on a picnic in the summer and we forgot to take the picnic blanket. We took just a quilt and it ended up being the smallest quilt. Like we didn't realize how tiny it was until we got it out. And then of course when we came home I had to wash it because there was grass on it. So I definitely regret not taking that, but hopefully we will have some picnics coming up and this will be the one that we are using. Next up we have the Saint Empire Spoon Rest inspired by this Ravenous Fate. Let's take a look inside. This is what it looks like out of the box. I think everyone needs a good spoon rest. They come in handy when you are cooking. I don't know how I ever could live without one. I don't think I've ever gone without a spoon rest, and so it's one of those things that I don't think like you realize you need until you don't have one, and then you're like, oh wait, that was actually really great. So the spoon rest that I have is just a, what is it, Magnolia Table or Magnolia, the Joanna Gaines brand that you can buy at Target. And I also have a fall spoon rest that I got from Illumicrate, I believe. This one is definitely giving spooky season vibes for sure. So I think once we get into October, I'll switch out that fall one for this one, and it'll just add a nice little spooky vibe to my kitchen. Last up, we have the For What Do You Hunger recipe cards inspired by Hungerstone. So on the front, we have a place to list all of the ingredients, the recipe name, cooking time, prep time, all of those things. And then on the back is a place for the step-by-step directions or instructions as you're cooking. It's a nice tablet of these, and you know, you can just rip them off. There are perforated edges on it. I like a spoon rest. I think recipe cards are one of those things that when I was a kid and even like a younger adult, I was like, people don't use these anymore. This is stupid. Why do I keep getting these? Because I feel like they were one of those things that I was always getting somehow in like baskets at like basket parties or like goodie bags. I was always ending up with recipe cards, and I was like, I'm never going to use these. However, over the last couple of years, what I've noticed is that I am constantly texting my mom for recipes that she made when I was a kid. Zucchini bread, chocolate zucchini bread, all of the sweetbreads. I thought she always did a really nice job with blueberry crisp, apple crisp. I'm a dessert girly if you can't tell. All of the things that I really loved when she made, I now want the recipes for. And even though I saved the pictures, I'm constantly like, I can't find that picture. Where did it go? I'm just gonna ask for it again. And so what I am doing now is using all of the recipe cards that I somehow have amassed throughout the years to write down those recipes so that I don't have to text her every time. So they're in a nice little photo album, but I'm sure I will run out eventually, and it'll be nice to have these. What's nice about these is they're just paper, and so I can, in my little photo album recipe book, can just tear these off, fold them up, and stick them inside. And so as long as I can see what the recipe is, I should be able to then pull it out and use it whenever I am cooking. So one of those things that you never think you're gonna use until you do. Alrighty, last but not least, we have the book for this month, and this book is giving Swan Princess vibes. Did anybody watch that cartoon as a kid? Does anybody still watch that cartoon as an adult, I guess I should say? The music, stellar. One of my favorites. I remember going on a family trip to, I think we were going to Gettysburg actually, and just sitting in the back of my parents' van with that VHS tape in, just on repeat the whole time. I watched it like probably 8 times during that trip. So definitely holds a special place in my heart, but those were the vibes that I was getting from the book. So this book is A Treachery of Swans by A.B. Poranek. Gorgeous cover. Honestly, it's pretty much just because it said swan that made me think of that. I'm gonna be honest. Really, really pretty. So we have the cover without the dust jacket, which is equally as gorgeous, and it's definitely giving Swan Princess vibes because it looks like somebody turns into a swan when the sun comes up. So we have the artwork on the front, and then I think it's the same on the back. Oh, nope, it's different. I lied. Artwork on the back. All right, so let's go ahead and read the summary of the story and see what it is about. Okay, so Treachery of Swans. Magic has long been outlawed in Ariel. Odile, see, it's like Odette, it's just Odile. Odile has always known she'd be the one to restore it. Raised by a sorcerer, Odile has spent years preparing for the heist of a lifetime. It's relatively simple. Impersonate a princess, infiltrate the palace, steal the great scepter, and restore magic to the kingdom. But when the king is unexpectedly murdered, she's forced to recruit the help of Marie, the real princess, and the two begin to unravel a web of lies and deceit that leaves Odile uncertain of who to trust. Soon, though, Odile must decide her mission or the girl she's falling for. The fate of the kingdom depends on her making the right choice. So, basically the Swan Princess, which I can totally get behind. So this is Going into my never-ending TBR stack, I have a plan for the next couple of months of everything I'm going to read, so this will filter in accordingly. But that is the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts on all of the Bookish items. If you've read any of the books the items were inspired by, or this book in particular, let me know your thoughts. Should I prioritize it? Is it okay to let it sit on my TBR a little bit longer? Let me know what to do. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.